Ready to break free from algorithms, vanity PR, and money-sucking ads? My name's Larissa Werstick, and I've learned in 8 years of jewelry marketing that content is the crown jewel. My agency, Joya, takes a holistic approach, leading with laser-focused storytelling, impactful content creation, and strategic content distribution. This method has worked for the solopreneur as well as the multi-million-dollar company, and now I'm sharing these same systems and tactics with you. Here's to standing out in the sea of sparkle. Welcome to episode 295. In today's episode, I want to talk about the future of search engine marketing, search engine optimization, otherwise known as SEO, for jewelry businesses. This is an area of jewelry marketing that's evolving very quickly, with AI-created content becoming more and more prevalent, and search engines like Google adjusting their algorithms to account for the future of how people will be using the internet and searching for useful content. If Google search is the primary way that your target audience discovers your brand, or you're interested in driving more traffic through Google search, then you definitely need to check out this episode to understand what the future holds. I've done many episodes about SEO before. If you want to reference them for the basics, which I won't cover here in the episode, but if you're completely new to SEO, I'd recommend you go back to number 238, 239, and 240 for a deep dive into those basics. When you search something on Google, you've probably already been noticing that one of the first search results is an AI overview. So AI overviews provide links to resources that back up the information in this snapshot and delve deeper into the topic. And this feature in Google search results helps users explore and uncover a wide variety of content from various sources, including publishers, creators, retailers, businesses, enabling them to use the gathered information to further their tasks or get the information that they want to get. So keep listening to this episode to find out what all these changes mean for you and your jewelry business, and how you can adapt to changes in Google search, as well as to changes in how your customers are searching for you and your products online. But before we get to the solid gold, I'd like to take a moment to remind you that this podcast has both audio and video, so you can either listen on your favorite podcast platform or watch on YouTube by searching Joya. You can support the podcast for free by taking the time not only to subscribe, but also to leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Also, if you didn't know, I co-host another podcast called Success with Jewelry with my friend Liz Kantner, who's also a jewelry marketer and the founder of the Stay Gold Collective. We have a free version of the podcast everywhere you listen to podcasts and on YouTube, as well as a membership community with extended episodes and additional resources. I invite you to check it out if you're hungry for more. And in case you've missed it, I have some big news. For the third time, Joya is opening an incubator grant, and it officially is live and waiting for your applications. Visit jewelrybrandincubator.com to apply and get all the details. But basically, in a nutshell, we're giving away 6 months of free full-service digital marketing support valued at $18,000 in total to one emerging jewelry brand. Last time I offered this about a year ago, we did have pretty strict requirements to enter. I got a lot of feedback on that. Guess what? We took off all the requirements. All you need is an active jewelry business with an e-commerce presence. And if you go to jewelrybrandincubator.com, you'll see all the details of what you would receive if you win this grant. But also, we're doing something completely new as well. We're offering the following for 5 finalists. They'll get 6 months free of the mid-tier membership to our Joy Deck platform. That's a $3,600 value. And that's an all-in-one marketing support platform that provides accountability and direction, personalized plan, confidence assurance, progress monitoring, accessible marketing expertise, and more. And last but not least, all entrants, everyone who enters for the grant, will receive 3 free months of an entry-level membership to JoyDeck. So just by applying for this grant, you get something, and I think that that is really exciting. So if you want all the information, go to jewelrybrandincubator.com to apply, get all the details. Applications close Friday, July 12th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. All right, let's get into today's episode, my sparklers. This one's all about how search engine optimization, or SEO, is quickly changing and evolving with the development of AI technology. So the first thing I want to tackle when it comes to this topic is, how should AI influence your approach to content creation? And when I say content creation, I'm talking in this episode just about anything related to your website. So product descriptions, blog posts, web page copy, anything that lives on your e-commerce site. For pretty much all of our clients at JoyJoya, we do blog post creation and optimization. In these blog posts, our approach is that we're trying to strike a balance of brand storytelling alongside useful, informative, interesting content, while also being mindful of keywords that the client can be ranking for in Google. And what we see, and why we think this is so valuable, and why we're always encouraging clients to stick with it, even if they are not on board and don't believe in the approach, the numbers tell us. The numbers can't lie. Even after just a few months of blogging, even just once per month, pretty much all our clients across the board gain valuable keyword rankings. Now, it's hard to always measure direct sales results from those keyword rankings and from the blog posts, because the buyer's journey can be really long and multifaceted. And what I mean by that is, someone may discover your brand through the blog post, or maybe they have discovered your brand and they're just engaging with your business more through the blog post. There are multiple touch points along that buyer's journey. But what we can see is how much more meaningful and qualified traffic the clients are getting to their websites. And one really common challenge and complaint I hear from jewelry business owners is I'm not getting enough eyeballs on my brand. If you need eyeballs, blog posts can give you eyeballs. Okay, we see it so reliably that I don't understand why more people aren't doing it. It's work, but it's pretty much going to guarantee you more eyeballs. However, so how does AI come into this? So writing blog posts completely with AI is not the answer. Even though AI is an available tool, it can be a great starting point for helping you brainstorm keywords, come up with an outline, generate ideas you may not have thought of before. But it absolutely does not and should not substitute for your unique voice and perspective and what you have to offer, as well as you can put things into your own words. Even before AI content was even a thing and we had ChatGPT available to us, Google search, its algorithm always prioritized high quality content, original content, in-depth content. And now I think that's even more important. That plays an even bigger role in getting noticed by the algorithm. Content written by an experienced, thoughtful human like you, who puts time and intention into what they're saying, is what Google wants, even more so now that it's so easy to create and publish AI content. Okay, so another thing that you need to know with the rise of AI and the role of AI in the search algorithm, keywords are actually less important than they have been in the past. So there's a really reputable online publication called Search Engine Land that basically it's all news about SEO and search engine marketing. And they had an article that did a really amazing breakdown of this earlier this year. I'll link that in the show notes if you want to check it out. but I'll give you some of the key takeaways so you can understand this. So first, in 2024 and moving forward into the future, keywords are way less important for SEO. And I totally agree with this just in general. For us at JoyJoya with our clients, keywords have always played some kind of role in how we brainstorm and develop content for our clients. But at the same time, we also want to create content that actually tells an interesting story. So if there are keywords that are not going to facilitate us being able to give really great content, or it will just be too hard or awkward to fit those keywords in, we don't want them. So we want this balance of using keywords, of optimizing for someone who's searching for the product or service, while also giving like really interesting, valuable content and content that can also be repurposed for email marketing and social media marketing without sounding like the most generic BS you've ever heard. Like, that's not our goal here. Our goal is to make all the marketing more powerful. So Search Engine Land says, quote, "The era of keyword stuffing is over, replaced by a focus on user intent." So thanks to all these evolved technologies coming in with AI, search engines are becoming quote unquote smarter, and they can understand the context behind a query that someone is making on Google. So when you're creating content for search engines, you also have to take the user's intent into consideration, not just the keywords. Like, where is this person in their buyer's journey? Are they just at the point where they're investigating, or are they really close to making a purchase? What are they hoping to gain or find or learn? And how can you really meet that person where they are? And I think the content that's going to rise to the top of search results will have relevant keywords, yes, of course, but even more importantly, it will be in complete alignment with the user's needs and goals. Plain and simple, we're in an era of information overload, so more of the same old is not going to cut it here. You have to offer your unique expertise and perspective, or Google and other search engines are going to pass you by and instead present a competitor who's doing a much better job with their storytelling and their content. So as you probably heard me talk about in past episodes, the full extent of Google's algorithm is a mystery. Nobody fully understands it except Google, because otherwise, if we knew how it worked, we'd all be able to quote unquote game it. However, Google does provide its own very clear and direct best practices. And there are guidelines called Google Search Essentials. And within the Google Search Essentials, they're basically telling you exactly how to get eyeballs on your content. And there are no tricks here. There are no shortcuts. There are no magic bullets. But here are just a few of the best practices that are super straightforward. So number one, create helpful, reliable, people-first content. I really like that. Just as a general philosophy, we should all be striving to create people-first content on every marketing channel that we use. Number two, use words that people would use to look for your content, and place those words in prominent locations on the page, like in the title, in the main heading. So they are telling us that keywords are important, but it's like, just think about what the user's searching for, make sure it's in the content. There are no tricks here, no magic solutions. Number three, I love this one too. Tell people about your site. And that really aligns with the philosophy that we have about repurposing that website content, using it in email campaigns, using it on social media. Google is saying, be active in communities, online spaces where you can tell your target audience, those like-minded people, about your products, that you mention on your site. So just putting that content up and hoping something happens is not going to serve you in the best way. And lastly, if you have other content like images, videos, structured data, JavaScript, make sure you're following the specific best practices and that those are included in your content as well. Plain and simple. Again, there are no tricks here. There are no smoke and mirrors. Marketing is not some kind of like complex math problem that you have to figure out. It's just about showing up as your best version of your brand and showing up consistently. Just come with the best content possible and encourage people to engage with it. And you can also always go back to your old content, update it, improve upon it, keep evolving the content that you're putting out there. So in the intro of this episode, I talked about Google's AI overview, and that's one of those first search results that you'll see now when you look for something on Google. And the purpose of that overview is to provide links to resources that back up the information in this snapshot and delve deeper into the topic. And it's almost like Google is recommending the top sources and then like synthesizing a summary based on those sources. So how can you strive to appear in that AI overview, which, as I said, is basically Google's best answer for whatever search query? It's basically a lot of what I've mentioned in this episode. You want to be creating high quality, in-depth, authoritative content. Supplement your content by adding photos and videos. Use proper SEO guidelines like having a very readable blog post or page content using alt text, headings, descriptions. Also think about optimizing for voice search, which very simply just means writing in a more conversational way that mimics natural speech. If you have common questions that you get from customers, have like an FAQ where you're answering those common questions. So again, you're addressing user intent and meeting your audience where they are. If you're a local business catering to local customers, then optimize for your geographical location by using those location-related keywords. Be consistent. Build out your content library, monitor your keyword rankings over time, and pay attention to the content that does seem to be gaining traction. Do more content like that and interlink your content on your website and keep building it out, almost like you're creating this master library of content. And if you're writing something really in-depth, like a deep dive into diamonds or a particular gemstone, include references and citations by linking to high-quality sources. And that shows that you're doing your due diligence and providing really relevant, high-quality information to Google's search algorithm. As search gets more personalized and smarter, thanks to these AI technologies, it's actually in your best interest to try to rank for keywords related to your business because Google is theoretically, we hope, going to continue doing a better and better job of delivering your content to the people that it best suits, where they're located geographically, what their history of searching has been, what the context is of their search, what that person's intent is. So the more effort you put into producing and sharing high quality content, the better qualified users will be coming to your website to learn about your business and your products. So what are your thoughts about SEO and how it's evolving? What else would you like to know about SEO? Let me know in a comment on YouTube or DM me on Instagram. I'd love to chat about it. Okay, let's get into the gold mine. This is a segment of the podcast where I get personal and share insights on entrepreneurship, mindset, success, growth, and all things business. And in this week's gold mine, I want to share some thoughts I've had recently about marketing. Oh, what a surprise. Larissa is talking about marketing and marketing's crucial role in business. Why am I bringing this up? I have a lot of conversations every day with a lot of people in this industry, especially with solopreneurs. And I'm always asking people, well, what are your biggest challenges with marketing? And I would say the number one challenge that most people have is not that they're not sure what they should be doing when it comes to marketing. No, it's not that. It's instead that they don't have enough time in the day to do it all. And then, of course, the marketing gets pushed aside because no, it's not fun. It's not as fun as making jewelry. It's not as fun as taking pictures of jewelry. It's not as fun as styling and merchandising jewelry. I get it. Marketing's tough. Your time is invaluable. We could all use more time, especially time for rest and time for fun. And no, marketing is not fun. I mean, side note, I think it's fun, but I get it. Most people don't. Anyway, from my perspective as both a marketer and a business owner, here's a tough truth for you. Marketing is business. If you don't prioritize marketing, if you don't make time for it, you essentially don't have a business. It's as simple as that. You may have stumbled into what looks like a business, and that might work out for you for a little bit, but that's not sustainable. Without marketing, a business cannot thrive. It can't even survive in the long run. And if hiring marketing help isn't in your budget right now, then it's kind of on you. Well, it is on you, not kind of. It is on you to find a way to manage it. And that's the reality. Simply making products or opening a store, whether that's an e-commerce store or a brick and mortar one, that in itself does not constitute a business. Marketing does. So think about this seriously. Owning a business might seem glamorous, it might seem fun, and like it's a ticket to independence. But without investing the time, effort, and work into building an audience and crafting and constantly working on your marketing strategy, and if you don't have the luxury of paying a specialized marketing employee, then what you have isn't a business. It's just an expensive hobby and a dream. And hey, I'm constantly juggling this too. For my business, Joy Joya, I'm actively out there marketing the business, but there's always more we could be doing, and I'm fully aware of that. In our project management system, Asana, we have a running laundry list of items to do at varying levels of priority depending on the resources that we have right now. And before I had my team, I was a solopreneur, and guess who was responsible for doing all of that? Me. And in many ways, I am the main person responsible for that. But I can tell you, despite the laundry list of things we have that are going to at some point be implemented for marketing, one major priority always, if I'm going to have this business, is figuring out how, no matter what, I can allot more time to business development and marketing, especially for me as the founder of the business. So pretty much every strategic business decision that I make is guided around the question, will this give me more time or less time to devote to marketing the business and expanding the audience? Or is it just causing me stress and acting as a time suck for the time I really don't have and could have been marketing the business? Like, for example, if it's taking me 5 hours a week to do some kind of non-marketing admin task that I could pay someone to do competently for a reasonable wage, and I could be spending that time working on marketing activities that are helping to grow the business, well, then it's time for me to really evaluate how my time is best spent. And that's how you and I really need to proactively think about time and its value. I'm coming at you with some tough love today, but it needs to be said. What do you think? Let me know in an Instagram DM or YouTube comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you have any questions about today's episode? You can always email me, Larissa, that's LARYSSA @joyjoya.com. If you love this podcast, please share it with a friend who'd appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe as well as leave a review on Apple Podcasts. If you're completely new to digital marketing, then you'll want to purchase and read a copy of my book, Jewelry Marketing Joy. Visit joyjoya.com/book for more information.